What is going on, Movie Meals? No Kyle. He did not go see this, but I'm a big fan of, obviously anime and things like that. That's obvious. But I went and saw Jujutsu Kaisen 0, I think is, I guess how you would say it, last night. And I just wanted to give a quick little snack time review to that. So before we get into it, thank you to the Movie Meal patrons, Kimberly and Karen. If you want to be a member of the patronage, go down in the links below. Go get some merch, all that great stuff. It's all linked in the description. Let's just get into it here. This is gonna be a quick video, but I've seen Jujutsu Kaisen. I've seen the first season. I have not read the manga. And I really liked it. I know some people call it Naruto Ghostbusters and, whatever, but I really enjoyed the show. I thought the second half had some really great moments of season 1, but wasn't as good as the first half. So for going into this movie, I was really excited, really curious. I had to call up my brother, go check him out, Annie Essays. He'll be linked in the description too, because he does great at video anime essays. But I was real curious what this was. I had to ask him, and he was like, no, it's a prequel. And then I did a little more digging. That's a prequel on a manga that came out in, I think 2017, and then is now being adapted as a prequel for the show in a movie form. And I had a blast watching this movie. Just to say one negative right off the bat, because it's the only thing I can think of, is that I wish it had been a tad bit longer. I think even an extra 20 minutes at the beginning would have really, really fleshed out this new character we were meeting even more. But overall, I still had a blast with this. With this movie. I thought the action was awesome. The performances were great by all the voice actors. It was just a phenomenal movie. I really enjoyed it. And one of the things I love the most about this show is Gojo. And I know that everybody, he's been ripped a bit of, as a Kakashi rip-off or things like that. But for me, Gojo is a really cool new version of your mentor, because he is that powerful. Kakashi's really strong in Naruto. He has a reputation for being really strong, but he is feared by quite a few people, but he can be one-upped. And even when he fights Zabuza is around his level, and he's able to trap him and beat him, and it takes a lot out of Kakashi to be able to end that fight. And unlike with Jujutsu Kaisen, though, Gojo is just pure power. The fact that he can threaten the higher ups, that he can threaten people, and the bad guys are afraid to attack because they know he's there. And that was one of the things about this movie I was hoping we would get was a little bit more about Gojo, and I really liked what we got. We got some insane fights with people from other countries who show up to fight him, and he's just like, I don't have time for you, and he just obliterates them. It's not even close how much stronger he is than them, and I just really appreciated that. I think this movie is great. I think there's some anime movies that I think you can go into blind if you've never watched anime and end up being like, okay, I got to check the rest of this out. I know, like I took my sister, who was not really big into anime, to see one of the My Hero movies, and she was like, I might need to check the show out. Like, she got what was going on in the world and still got to enjoy herself, and that's what I appreciate by some of these movies. I also appreciate that this movie is canon. I think sometimes with the Naruto movies and even One Piece movies and some of the anime movies were all side stories. Dragon Ball Z had this problem of being really cool stories that weren't actually part of the story. And this is. And it started with Demon Slayer on Mugen Train as being basically just the first half of the newest season. And I think this is really smart, and I hope anime studios start to do this more, because I think it would be really fun to get to see this more on the big screen in the theater with this insane action. They would make a lot of money doing it. I know that these in the West are just loved that people are selling out big movies that the West puts out. These anime movies will sell out over them. So I hope they continue to do it. I hope we get Jujutsu Kaisen the next season. I know it's supposed to be coming next year. I'd love to see more now that the movie has kind of pulled me back in. Now I'm really ready to continue on in this story. With Ichidori and everybody and the characters I came to love in season 1. I want to know more overall about the world and these villains and Gojo, obviously. And if it doesn't come soon, I'm going to slowly crack until I end up reading the manga. But I think, again, this movie was a lot of fun. I thought the first half pacing was a little choppy, so we could have a couple of good moments. But if it had had another 20 minutes and really fleshed it out, it was a short movie. It was only like an hour and a half. I think it would have really worked. And by the time you get to that second half, you're rolling. You're having a blast. These new characters are interesting. I can't wait for this new character in this movie to now be introduced in the anime. Maybe he's already introduced in the manga. Maybe he's a villain. I don't know. Don't want to know until I see the show. But I had just a blast with this movie. So, guys, what did you think of the movie, though? Comment below. Let us know. Remember to like, subscribe, share, all that great stuff. And as always, thank you for watching, Mom. Go be a member of the patronage, and we will see you next time, guys.